Imagine standing in front of a crowd. Your heart is racing, your palms are sweaty, and suddenly, your mind goes completely blank. You forgot your first word, your voice shakes, and for a second, you consider just running off the stage. Sounds familiar? Well, let me tell you. For me, that sounds familiar because I've been there. I still remember the first time I stood in front of a class. I stood up, took a deep breath, and confidently said absolutely nothing. Nothing, because my brain just completely froze, just like a slow loading YouTube video. I just stood there, just stared at my audience, and waiting for the Wi Fi in my brain to reconnect. At that time, as a kid, that was traumatizing. Yet it is a fruitful experience. I've learned a lesson. That fear, or this fear of public speaking, is called glossophobia. And guess what? About 75% of people experience it. So if you've ever experienced a nervous feeling whenever you're talking to other people, you're not alone. But here's the good news. Public speaking is a skill and not a talent. That means public speaking can be learned. With the practice and with the right techniques, anyone, yes, anyone, even the person who forget their entire speech, anyone can be a confident speaker. Good afternoon, everyone. A pleasant afternoon. I am Dima Samara, and in this video, I'm going to talk about the art of public speaking. What is public speaking? Public speaking is the act of delivering a speech to a live audience. For instance, right now, I'm engaging to a public speaking content because you are my audience. It is me versus you. And this interaction happens in real time. Even though this may not be on a stage with a large crowd and it is just a pre-recording video, this can be still considered as a public speaking because the essence of public speaking is still the same. It is about conveying a message, engage with the audience, and of course, me ensuring that my message will completely be understood. Whether in a classroom, a workplace meeting, or even just a casual group discussion, public speaking is an essential skill for us to communicate effectively. Public speaking can help us improve our ability to convey our thoughts clearly and effectively, and it also plays a crucial role in leadership, marketing, and advocacy, as it helps to shape our opinions and views in our lives. Types of public speaking. Disclaimer, we have many different types of public speaking, but these four I feel like used the most. At number 1, we have the informative public speaking. The let me teach you something speech. This type of public speaking is all about sharing knowledge and factual informations. The goal is to educate the audience about a specific topic in a clear and engaging way. For example, a news reporter delivering a breaking story, or a fitness coach explaining about the benefits of exercises. At number 2, the persuasive public speaking. The trust me, I'm right speech. This type of public speaking is meant to convince people, whether it's about changing opinions, influencing decisions, or getting someone to take action. Persuasive public speaking is all about having strong arguments and emotional appeal. For example, your friend is trying to convince you that pineapple belongs to pizza. They give you reasons or even use guilt. How could you disrespect the delicious combination of sweet and savory? Your friend said. By the end, you might not agree, but at least you'll be thinking about it. Another example here is a politician in a campaign speech, or a lawyer presenting their arguments in court. At number 3, we have the special occasion public speaking, the make it memorable speech. This type of public speaking is all about celebrating moments. You may encounter these speeches at the weddings, graduations, award ceremonies, or even at the funeral. For example, a best man giving his wedding speech, or a Victorian speech, a valedictorian giving his or her speech in front of his fellow graduates. At number 4, the impromptu public speaking, the oh no, I wasn't ready speech. This is when you have to speak without any preparation at all. For example, you are at a family reunion and your uncle hands you the microphone and he said, "Tell us something." Or whenever your teacher randomly calls you, you're gonna just make up your answer at that moment without any preparation at all. Now, that is all the types of different public speaking. Let's proceed on tips on public speaking. Yes, public speaking is very challenging, but through efforts, practice, and right techniques, anyone can be a good and confident speaker. Tip number 1: know your topic inside and out. Before stepping in front of an audience, make sure that you know your topic very well, because the more you know about your topic, the more confident you'll feel. Just imagine telling a story in front of a friend, a story about your favorite movie. You don't even bother having a script because you know your favorite movie so well. And that's how you should approach public speaking. Become an expert on your subject. Tip number 2: practice, but don't memorize. Rehearsing your speech helps you feel prepared, but don't memorize it word by word. Instead, focus on understanding the flow of your ideas. Think of it like just telling a story. You remember the key points, and you say them in a natural way. Tip number 3: engage with your audience. Great speakers don't just talk, they connect with their audience. They make eye contact, ask questions, and react to the responses of their audience. For example, a motivational speaker might ask, "How many of you have ever been afraid to speak in public?" By asking that question, by involving the audience, the motivational speaker creates a two-way conversation between her or him with the audience instead of a just boring lecture. Tip number 4: use your body movements effectively. Your gesture, your posture, your facial expressions can bring your speech into life. Stand tall. Use open hand movements and avoid crossing your arms. Tip number 5: use stories and humor. People love stories. Instead of just listing facts, make your speech more engaging with personal experiences and relatable examples. Humor can also make your speech more enjoyable, but make sure your joke is appropriate for your audience. For example, instead of saying, "Public speaking requires confidence," you could say, "The first time I gave a speech, my legs were shaking so much, I thought I was tap dancing." Last tip. Last tip for this video. Tip number 6. Speak clearly and vary your tone. Avoid speaking too fast in a monotone voice. And emphasize important words. Emphasize important words. Add pauses for dramatic effects. In summary, public speaking isn't all about just talking in front of people. It's about delivering a message. A message that connects, inspires, and influences. With the right mindset and practice, anyone can master this skill. Yes, you can also master this skill. Whether you're giving a school presentation, a work speech, or even a wedding toast, learning to speak effectively can open more doors to opportunities. So next time, don't be afraid to step up, speak up, and make your voice heard. And that's all for me. I hope you learned something in this video reporting. Thank you.